Welcome back, everybody. Sorry it's a little late. I know it's early March now, but welcome to Musicians Musings. My name's Isaiah.
And my name is Dylan. Welcome to this late February edition of Musicians Musings.
Welcome back, everybody. Like we had said, sorry it's so late. I know it's early March now. It's almost been a full week in March. I know it's the 7th when we're recording this, and I'm going to probably get this out tomorrow morning. So I do apologize. February got a little busy.
And don't worry, guys, we will get another one out for March's edition, hopefully before March ends.
We might do a couple episodes in 1 month just to kind of catch up, but it'll be good. We got some exciting things coming up, some guests that are coming, some potential guests that we have in mind. So we're looking forward to what the next several months bring.
We got an exciting rest of the year as far as guests go. There are going to be some times where you guys are stuck with just us, like this month, but we are going to shake it up a little bit, have some diversity, some guests from different parts of the country even. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. I know we did like a little bit of a release on one of our side chats that we have. I don't know if we want to do like an official release for those that we did.
Sure. So for March's edition, we are currently trying to schedule out a Musicians Musings with Cameron Sparks and Landon Teague. So that should be really good. Both great musicians, incredible. They should have a lot of great insights for all of us. And then for April's edition,
that'll be phenomenal.
And then for April's edition, my brother JJ from Fort Myers, Florida, is committed to come on the podcast. And he's got a lot of great ideas. Pretty much every time I talk to him, I learn something new. So that'll be really good for all of us as well.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I've never actually talked to him. I've seen him around, but it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
So the musicianship that we're trying to bring to the podcast is going to be on another level these next couple months.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's some people I'm going to reach out to next month, almost a month from today, talk to them, and then hopefully, prayerfully, they'll come on and we'll be able to talk about some really fun and exciting topics. I think at least the singers will appreciate some of the things that we have in mind. So it should be pretty fun. And then 2 weeks ago today, if you weren't there, you missed it. In Huntington, Indiana, we had a children's rally, and that was a lot of fun. I was on keys, and then Dylan was able to play bass. We had Zeke on guitar and Ashton Pinkerton on drums a couple weeks ago for Altar Call.
Yeah, it was a great time. A little bit of a blooper that happened. We practiced a song with Leanna Mead beforehand, and we were under the impression that that was the Altar Call song. Turns out it was not the Altar Call song, but there was a hidden worship segment inside the rest of the segments that none of us musicians were aware of. So we were all in the sound booth, and I believe it was Aaron Mead doing his segment. And he said, "As the musicians come," and we're all scrambling to the front to try to get to our stations because we had no idea, which is probably our fault that we weren't paying attention to the schedule that close. It was still funny. It worked out.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, we ended up playing instead of that one song that we thought we were going to do one, maybe two. We ended up doing like 4.
I don't remember how many it was.
So,
but
it was a lot of
It was a good time. It worked out. Leanna's great. So's Aaron.
It did.
They both kind of jumped in and helped us out quite a bit. So shout out to them.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, and guess what? You don't even know this. So after all of our group all the young people. We went up to Sweetwater. For those of you who don't know, we hung out for a good few hours. And then we went to Culver's, right? We got to Culver's about 5. I got there about 5:30 because I was late. We left at Culver's about 7:30. I go to the church, I'm praying and taking care of the mics and stuff, finishing up, setting up for the next day, regular service. I see an iPad and a bag of stuff in my music closet. Aaron Mead forgot all of his stuff, including his iPad that he uses for songs and his notes and everything in our church.
Oh no. That's horrible.
So I'm actually taking it to him next week at the rally.
Yeah.
I'm going up for the Edwardsburg rally. So
Yeah. Also, now that you mention it, next week we're having 3 rallies. Well, Wednesday night is going to be up in South Haven. Brother Devin Deeds is preaching. Thursday night is going to be at my church, Bethel in Buchanan. And then night 3, Friday night, is going to be in Edwardsburg. And I believe that's Brother Douglas Walker, correct?
yes.
So it should be a good week.
I want to say Buchanan that Thursday night is Brother Cade Posey. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I was told.
Yep, that's right. Right.
Okay.
Well, unless he
and unfortunately, I can't go.
You can't go?
It's like my family church in Michigan. And I can't be there.
That stinks.
So I know.
It'll be a good time.
I got to work until 7. So
yeah,
it'll be fun.
Yep. If you're able to
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody that Friday.
If you're able to make it, be there. It'll be a lot of fun. Some great preaching. Got a great preaching lineup. So,
yeah. Powerhouses for sure.
Yeah. It'll be awesome. So this week we wanted to talk a little bit about preparation, different types of preparation, how I approach week-to-week preparation, things like rallies, like the kids' rally that we did together, Isaiah, preparation for that, preparation for camps, and then also preparation for conferences. These 3 I kind of separate in my mind a little bit as far as my approach to practicing them. And I'd like you to jump in on some of this too, Isaiah. Week-to-week preparation, you don't have as much time as the others. Obviously, you're doing this thing every week. You're on the schedule. My approach to it is to listen to the songs, both passively and intentionally, right? Sit down and at least physically practice on your instrument once, but throughout the week, make sure you're listening to the songs, listen into parts, listen for different ideas, something new that you can throw in. Chances are these are songs that your church has done many times before. And if there's something new, give it extra attention. Also, make sure you're spiritually ready for warfare and worship.
Yeah, for sure. I know I won't be able to tie in a lot for the conference part of the preparation just because I haven't done a ton of conference work as far as music goes. I've done a lot of cadetting at conferences, but I can tie in week to week in rally prep for sure. I would like to give a tip for at least the drummers out there. So, us musicians know that chord charts are a huge thing, right? Or number charts if you do numbers, whatnot. Whatever you do as far as charts go, those are huge. A lot of things that drummers miss is drum charts. There's a thing out there, it's called something along the lines of Tennessee, instead of Nashville numbers, it's Nashville drum charts. And it's not sheet music. So basically what it is you take a song. So like tomorrow morning on the set, the first song we got is Heaven by UPCI. So you'd take that song, you'd listen to it. And my process, how I do it, is I write out the layout of the original song. Whatever song is linked in Planning Center, that's what I'll listen to. I'll lay out the chart, like if it goes intro to verse 1 to chorus or verse 1 to pre-chorus, however that goes. And then I'll write out just a little tag, a sentence or 2 of what the drums are doing. So like if it's a tom groove, I'll do tom groove, driving kick. And then after I'm done with that, I can go back through even months later and I can just look at that chart I might have to just listen to it one time, especially if I know like there's a huge groove later in the song that I wrote. I can listen to it one time and I can just use my muscle memory at that point. Now I still get behind the kit and stuff, but especially if it's like altar call or something and I just need a really quick review, I can go through real quick. Copy and paste your notes, the drum chart notes that you make, put them on a note. And like if you have iPhone or Samsung, put them all on a long list of notes. And then you can search the song by its name at that point too.
That's a great tip. Also, remember a lot of these modern songs are only really 4 chord, 5 chord songs. So it's easy to sit down in the car and just listen for the chords. You really don't want to be just listening.
Yeah.
If it's 1, 5, 6, 4 progression, how is it played? Are you driving in these certain points of the song? Are you kind of mellow? Is there a lot of dynamics in the song? What exactly is going on with the vocals? Are you trying to push? Are you trying to pull back? Also, be sensitive to the spirit in the church, because where the original might drive at a certain point, it may be best for you guys in that particular time in the service to pull back a little bit, let the vocals have sort of a moment. Be sensitive to the dynamic of the service and to the dynamic of the songs. It's not just a 1, 5, 6, 4 or whatever type of progression it is. The next section.
Side note on the audio, real quick. Side note on the audio. I'm going to do my best job at editing this. We're having some connectivity issues on our end. So if some of it is a little bit garbled for you listeners, I do apologize in advance. It's supposed to be a really good platform, saving to several devices locally, as well as an online server. But I know it's coming through garbled on my end. I think it's all good from what I'm seeing on like the recording side of things, but want to put it out there. I do apologize if it's not.
The next section of this is rally preparation. I view this a little bit different than my week-to-week prep. Kind of the same idea, but typically for the rallies or small events, you have a couple weeks notice of your songs. So again, be thinking about it. Sit down at least twice with the songs or 3 times, depending on what time allows. Also, that extra time gives you the opportunity to think about transitions from song to song. How do I want to get from A flat to C? How do I want to get from C to E minor? Depending on how many songs you have in the key changes, you can smoothly transition to each song and make it seamless. This is something that we've been doing at my church quite a bit lately, and it can be a challenge sometimes. So use that extra time to see how you can transition. Typically, I try to think of different tags, different musical interludes, other songs that are in that key that we could possibly flow to. You want to make these things as polished as you can, but make it your own.
For sure. Yeah. You always want to make sure you're doing the best you can, whether it's week to week or rally prep. Week to week, like Dylan said, you usually have very little time, like under a week or so. Whereas rallies, you have couple weeks, couple months out notice of what the songs are, potential songs that are going to be added, that sort of thing. So generally, it can make it a little bit more polished and put together just because you have a lot more time to practice.
For the youth night that we have at our church, I won't spill the song yet, but there is a potential for offering that we had the time to remix before, and it sounds pretty incredible if we end up doing it. I hope we do. I'll go ahead and record that and send it to you, Isaiah.
If you do, I need a recording.
Yeah. Yep, I'll record it and
Yes.
send it to you.
Hey, we could put it on the YouTube.
We could. It could.
If it's a good recording, we can put it on the YouTube.
That's not a bad idea.
So
this next section is conference prep. There's a couple core things that you need for conference prep. Obviously, your spiritual prep. The most important maybe thing that goes into preparing for any sort of service. The anointing is what breaks the yoke. And if you're not anointed, then no yokes will be broken as a direct result of the time that you put in. Physical preparation, it takes a lot to play some of these conferences. And then getting time in on your instrument. To me, when you play music in a service, you're using your musical voice to share your spirit and the spirit inside of you, right? So if your spirit isn't in tune with the right things, the things that you play may not seem anointed, but rather arrogant. There is a difference between playing a fast lick with the idea of, I wonder what people are going to say about this, as opposed to playing an incredible lick with the mindset of, this is my worship to God. This is me giving my best to Him. It also takes a lot to physically prepare for conference services. There are some conferences. I played Peak last year. We were practicing for 8 hours a day, playing for 8 hours a day. This takes a lot of physical endurance, especially for you drummers out there. I feel when I play drums, I last about 30 minutes before my hands start cramping. So I can imagine some of you guys playing for 8 hours. It takes a lot of physical endurance. So make sure you're taking care of your body. You're not feeding yourself with nothing but fast food and energy drinks. You want to take care of yourself in the weeks leading up to this and while you're actually there. It's hard to feel spiritually good when you don't feel physically good. Trust me, I know. And it's hard to play your best. And then
Yes,
you
for
want to get
sure.
time in on your instrument before you arrive at the conferences. You don't want to show up and not have touched songs. That's never good. It's not a good idea to show up unprepared. And really, you're disservicing the people that asked you to be there. You're disservicing the conference and you're disservicing God if you show up and not know. Show up and know the material. This ensures that you won't sound like you were in the song yesterday. It'll also help you adjust to any kind of last minute changes, any remixes, any ideas of transition, or anything that your music director has. If you are the music director, make sure you have your loops in order, make sure you have your click tracks. And thankfully, most of the people that I've worked with in the past have been great. This summit team that we played with last year was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting about to that 20-minute mark. We got about a minute left for the time frame that we usually like to keep. So what's one takeaway that you can get, whether it's week to week prep, rally prep, a special night prep, whatever the case might be, conference, whatnot? Anointed moments in worship are rarely accidental. They're rarely the result of just strung together pieces of time. They're usually the result of spiritual, musical, and personal preparation.
That's great. My takeaway from this is open up your ears and listen. Listen to the material beforehand. Listen to the people around you. Ask your song leader questions. Ask your music director questions. Where are you trying to go with this? What do you think will happen? While you're in the moment, open up your spiritual ears. Listen for where the Spirit's trying to guide you. Let the Holy Ghost be your guide.
For sure. It's good. Yeah. And one big thing that you can learn, try to learn this as soon as you can. I don't care how long you've been playing or leading worship, whether you're leading the band, you're leading vocally, whatever the case might be, learn how to read the room. That's huge
Absolutely.
in leading worship.
Absolutely. The wrong lick or the right lick at the wrong time can be detrimental to a service.
Yes, for sure. All righty. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us. Thank you guys so much for joining. We're going to be back on here in a few weeks. Shouldn't be too long for the actual March edition of Musicians Musings. Stay tuned. Stay ready. We're going to be releasing several episodes over the next few months with different guests, music ministers, musicians, and it's going to be a lot of fun. On my end, Dylan froze up, so I don't know if he's talking or not. Dylan, are you still there? Oh, he texted me. I'm not sure what happened, but everything is froze. All right. Well, you guys have a good rest of your night. And then, like Dylan usually says, we are not professionals. We're just very passionate and like to help you guys with what we know, what mistakes we've made, and some tips we've learned along our musical journey. So you guys have a good rest of your day, night, your morning, whatever the case might be, wherever you're listening. You guys have a good rest of your night.
Thank you guys for joining us again on Musicians Musings. If you learned anything helpful from this, please reach out. Let us know. If you guys have any ideas for topics, also let us know. And as always, we're not experts at this. We are just extremely passionate about it, and we're learning just like you guys. So reach out to us. And also remember, if you aren't having fun, your congregation probably isn't either.
I think we did the same outro, believe it or not.
Really?
I think we did. From what I caught on your
That's-
last hand.
That's crazy.
I said, like Dylan usually says, we're not professionals. We're just very passionate about what we know. We want to help you out. That's funny.
Even with
Okay.
the technological errors and the inconsistencies of the app that we're using right now, me and Isaiah are still on the same wavelength, which is also a great tip for you and your music group. Try to get on the same wavelength.
It'll be fun when I'm doing the audio recording behind this to see how well it actually goes together. So
That'll be great.
all right. You guys have a good rest of your day and night, whatever the case might be where you're listening.
Thank you, everybody.